Hey bro, I been meaning to send you a video for a while, and I'm kind of in the moment right now, so I'm gonna record part of it. Um, a little bit of the table saw saga. Um, so I can't even remember how many times we've been around it, but I'll hit on the high points. Got it set up. It's a beautiful thing. 5 horsepower Grizzly, and so I have to get a plug, but nobody really knows how to do that, so we just wire it in. I think we fired it up the first time and it worked. It struggled, it was kind of trying to get up to speed, but then when it got up to speed, it was okay. Um, then we went to America, and I came back and I plugged it in and fired it up, and it wouldn't quite work. Um, then we fired it up again, and it blew the breaker. So I won't tell you the electrician part, but once we finally got a 30 amp breaker installed, since it's a 30 amp saw, 28 I think, um, then we fired it up again, and it fried all the wires in that particular part. And I just figured it was faulty wiring. So I rigged up another cord and I plugged it into a socket on the other side. I used it to, well, also I figured coming to my house is only 30 amps, 220, 30 amps. So, okay, then I would turn off everything in the house, turn off the fridge, turn off the freezer, turn off the lights and fans and everything. Then it would run the saw. It still struggled to get it started, and the light over the saw would like gray out and then come back after the first stage motor got going. And I saw this picture frame, those 4 pieces around the side for the picture frame, and I was happy, but I thought that's not good, to have a saw that draws the total amount of power coming to your house. So hunted around and finally found something that was less than a million CFA, and could give me the power that I needed. So I got that together and working. I was happy with that. Got it set up, wired it in, so I had a connection going to the saw, because I also, as I'm learning about how I want to make this cord to connect the this new generator, I realized that, you know what, if I just run the generator through the wiring in my shop, it's gonna blow up those wires. That's probably why the wires in that one area blew up to begin with. They're just not heavy enough to take that much of a load. So I hooked up a direct connection. So basically I have a generator just to run a table saw. I fired it up and it just whispered. I was so happy. Boom! Yeah, white smoke and the smell of a mouse. So, the epic saga of West Africa. You've probably heard it before, being around the missionary crowd. Wah wah, West Africa wins again. You know, just today, I was pulling out a few boards, because I was going to make this generator's got wheels, but it's really too heavy for me to move. So I was going to lay out boards from my garage over to the laundry room area that's well ventilated, that I was going to keep it in there. And yeah. So, oh yeah, one of the boards that I found was the offcut from my workbench, which was like a 6-foot long, probably not 20 inch wide mahogany slab that I had ripped by hand, kind of to see if I could do it. I was pretty proud of that, and had no intention of ever doing it again. But if I want to make a long rip cut, I still have my 4 teeth per inch Peugeot saw that doesn't cause me any trouble. Is this recording? Because I feel like today, if it wasn't recording, it would just fit right in. All right. So this isn't how I was hoping to spend my evening, but here are the websites that I was looking at. What makes a capacitor blow, how to tell if your capacitor is blown, and how a single-phase motor works. So I came in here to shoot a video about this table saw and see if I couldn't maybe get some tips. I realized what my hair looked like, ran in to get a hat, and the power's out. Maybe just power saws aren't the all-around best thing for woodworking in Cacciolo. So I opened a few windows, get some light in here, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I ran it, it was whispering beautifully, pop, saw stopped, there was a little bit of smoke that came out by the blade, and several of us agreed that it smelled like a dead mouse, possibly a dead lizard. Those are distinct smells if you've smelled both of them a lot. So I looked down in there by the blade. I didn't see anything blocking the blade or anything like that. So I came over here, opened up the motor side. Everything is just clean and beautiful, dusty because we're in sub-Saharan Africa, and I felt that this capacitor, I believe it's called, and it was warm, like, you know, hotter than it should be for having run for 10 seconds. And that's what we're going to explore today. Oh yeah, so there was one more thing. When I came down to check this, it looked like there was some insulation kind of along here. And I thought maybe a mouse had gotten into it. There was a little bit over here on this side of the motor too. But now that I look at it, you can kind of see that it kind of looks like it exploded out of here, like liquid kind of came out of there. So yeah, that gives me a bad feeling. All right, so I started to open it up and Zach said, so what are those 2 boxes? And I said, 2 boxes? What I had pictured in my head was just this, where the cords come in, this box here, and a single thing, but apparently there's 2 of them. Maybe that'll help you give me some good advice on what to do. All right, let's open it up. If I'm not wrong, capacitors can still hold a charge, so I'm a little scared. Joe and I were messing around with an LED light bulb, and I think it was an LED light bulb, maybe it was, we messed around with a few electrical things this summer. And when he touched it, it gave off a decent spark, like 5 or 6 times before he finally deleted it, or whatever you call it, kind of depleted it. That's the word I was looking for. Anyways, you can see that the exterior here is melted away, whatever label used to be on there. And it's kind of swollen and, oh yeah, totally cracked on that side. Not being a professional, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that's the problem. So what do I do next? What do I look at next? And can you just like buy new ones of these, like a battery, and plug it back in and it's gonna work? Or yeah, give me the lowdown, anybody who knows.